Start with the 22nd example, and what is said in this example: two identical balls having a charge of this much coulomb, and their masses is 100 grams, so it will be 0.1 kilogram, or we can say 1 Newton is the weight, are suspended from a common point by two insulating threads 50 centimeter long, and balls are at a separation of 5 centimeter apart. So let's draw this situation. The balls are held at a separation of 5 centimeter from each other. The length of the thread is 50 centimeter, and this is the common point from where they are suspended. The forces acting on the balls, let us say the force acting on the ball on the right side is the electrostatic repulsive force of the ball 1 and the tension in the string, while the weight mg acting in downward direction. And we need to find all these forces and their components. First of all, in the A part, we need to find the electric force of one ball on the other ball. So with what electric force the balls are repelling each other? So according to Coulomb's law, the force between two charges is given by k q1 into q2 upon r square. So the value of k is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into, both the charges are having same value, 2 into 10 raised to minus 7. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 into 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 will be, the square of 2 will be 4, and 10 raised to minus 7 square will be 10 raised to minus 14 divided by distance, that is 5 centimeter. So it will be 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square. So the electrostatic force will be equal to 9 4s are 36 into 10 to the power 9 minus 14 will be minus 5 divided by the square of 5 will be 25, and this will send us to minus 4. The electrostatic force will be equal to, so 5 5s are 25, 5 7s are 35.2, the 10, 5 1s are 5, 5 1s are 5, 5 4s are 20, again 4s are 20. So it will be 1.44 into 10 raised to, this minus 4 will go up, it become plus 4, minus 5 plus 4 will be minus 1. So the electrostatic force of a repulsion between the two charged ball is 0.144 Newton. Next, in B part, we need to find the component of resultant force on it along and perpendicular to string. So we need to resolve all forces along the string and perpendicular to string. So along the string, let us say we have to take this as angle theta, we will take, so that we can use this triangle whenever required for finding sine theta and cos theta. So if this is theta, this angle will be theta, this will be 90 minus theta, and this will be again theta. So in that case, mg can be resolved into two parts. One, along the string mg cos theta, perpendicular to the string mg sin theta. Force Fe can be resolved into two parts, perpendicular to the string f cos theta and along the string f sin theta. Now as you can see, the ball is released, it means the ball is in a state of rest, initial velocity 0. So the tension in the upward direction, while along the string in the downward direction, these two forces, they are cancelling each other. As ball is at rest, there is no centripetal force, centripetal acceleration, because it is not moving. So, and in that case, I can say the net force along string is equal to 0, because ball is in a state of rest. Either you can also do it like this. See, T minus F sin theta plus mg cos theta. The difference must provide the necessary centripetal force for the motion, but as this particular thing is 0, so therefore the net force along the string is 0. Then perpendicular to the string, so the net force perpendicular to string would be equal to mg sin theta minus f cos theta. We don't know which one is greater. I will take this in mod, or I will get the direction. So here m is 0.1 kilogram, g, the value of g is 10, sine theta. So sine theta will be side opposite. So this is 2.5 centimeter. If you take the triangle, so here is, it is that triangle, this is 15 and this is 2.5, that is half of 5, and this is theta. So sine theta will be equal to this thing, side opposite upon hypotenuse, minus f is 0.144 that we have already calculated in part 1, cos theta, it will be side adjacent. Okay, so here side adjacent is this. Now this is very small, as theta is very small, I can say cos theta is approximately equal to 1, or in the rough you can also take the value of sine theta and cos theta. Let us say in rough I am calculating the value of sine theta and cos theta. Sine theta is 2.5 upon 50, which is 25 upon 500, that comes out to be 1 by 20. And cos theta, so cos theta is under root 1 minus sine square theta, so it will be 1 minus 1 upon 400. So that comes out to be 399 upon 400. Now you can guess 399 upon 400 will be approximately equal to what? 1. That's why I have taken the value of cos theta as 1, and sin theta can be directly written as 1 by 20, as this result comes out to be 1 by 20. And now we can solve this. This and this get cancelled. So this will be 0.05 minus 0.144. So as 0.144 is greater, it means net force is acting in the direction of electrostatic force. So let's do it in the rough. 0.144 minus 0.05. So this will be 4, and 14 minus 5 will be 9. So that comes out to be approximately equal to 0.94 Newton, and that's the force which is perpendicular to the string. So that is the answer to the B part. Third, we need to find tension. Okay, so tension can be easily found because we know that tension is balancing these two things. Here the tension which is acting in the upward direction is balancing these two forces, F sin theta and mg cos theta. So it will be mg cos theta plus F sin theta. Now m is 0.1 kilogram, g is 10, cos theta is approximately 1. This is 0.144, and sin theta is 1 upon 20 that we have already calculated. So this comes out to be 1 plus 0.144. So we know that 144 divided by 2, that comes out to be 72. But already there is a decimal point, one more decimal point is there. Okay. So it will be 0.072. Now let's subtract. So 1.00 minus 0.072. So 10 minus 2 will be 8, 9 minus 7 will be 2, and this is 9. So that comes out to be, okay, here the addition is taking place, sorry. So we should add them. So that comes out to be 1.072 Newton, and that's the tension in the string. Okay, now in the last part, what is asked, let's see. The acceleration of one of the balls. So acceleration is nothing but the net unbalanced force upon net mass. As we have already calculated, the force along the string is 0 and only unbalanced force acting is of 0.94 and mass is 1. So that will be 0.94 meter per second square will be the mass of that ball. Okay, so now you can easily you can see these are the answer to these questions. Okay, thank you.